everybody. So for this video, we are multiplying radicals. So the main important thing here is the outside terms. So let's look at this. The outside terms multiply with other outside terms, which is why here I had A, B, AB. The inside terms, or the radicand, multiplies with the other radicand. So the x and the y become xy. Okay. So, going on to this first problem, it looks like, well, here I'm going to just go ahead and distribute that out. So, looking at what I can actually multiply together, let's just think about it like this. I have that negative, I have that -4, I don't have anything on the outside there. I have a 3 on the inside, I have a 5 on the inside, I have a 6 on the inside. So, for the first part, the -3 times negative times -4, that's +4. Radical, what's 3 times 5? 15. Okay, plus, or not plus, because it's going to be a minus. So, minus, because +1, or -1 times +1 is a -1. Radical, 3 times 6 is 18. So we're going to take a look at this. Can we simplify this at all? I think we can. Well, we have 15. That only breaks up to 3 and 5. We have 18. That's 2 and 9. 3 and 3. Okay, so circle the 3's, put a box around the 2. So that tells me that I'm going to end up with 4 radical 15, because nothing happens to that, minus that 3 is going to come onto the outside and the 2 stays on the inside. That looks like that is answer C. Okay, so it's just like before. The main thing that I wanted you to realize here was, hey, you have to multiply the numbers on the outside, multiply together the numbers on the inside, and then you simplify it down to as small as it can go. So I want you to go ahead and try the second one. Okay, so looking at this one, multiplying all this together, the 3 and the 10, I cannot multiply those together, but I can put 3 radical 10 plus 10 times 2 radical 20. Now I'm going to try and simplify this sum. So I have 20, that's 2 and 10, 2 and 5. So I have a pair of 2's and a 5. 10, I can just write it over here, is just 2 and 5, so I can't do anything with that. So I'm going to have 3 radical 10 plus 2 radical 5. That looks like that is answer A. Okay, going on to the next one. Okay, take a second, try and figure this one out. Okay, so -4 and the 2 can multiply together, so I have -8 radical 6, because there's nothing to multiply that to. -4 times a -1, that's +4. 6 times 3 is 18. 18, I think we already did that on the first part. Yeah, it's 3. So I have 4 times 3 radical 2 plus -8 radical 6. So I have -8 radical 6. 4 times 3 is 12 radical 2. That answer is D. Okay, go ahead and try the next one. Okay, so multiplying these together, we have radical 3 times 10 is 30. X times x is x squared. Plus, can I multiply the 5 and the 3 together? No, I can't. So I have 5 radical 3x. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and simplify this down. We have, we can try 30. So 30 just goes to 2 and 15. And 3 and 5. I don't have any pairs there, so that's not helpful. X, though, I have 2 of those, so that's a pair. So I have x on the outside, x radical 30 plus 5 radical 3x, which that answer is, where'd it go? B. Okay, very last one. Try it out. Okay, so we have negative radical 5 times 15 is 75 x plus 5x squared radical 15x. Negative 75. Okay, so 75, I can split that up. It's 3 and 25, and then 5 and 5. Okay, so that tells me I have negative 5 radical 3x plus 5x squared radical 15, because 15 I can't simplify at all. So that answer would be E. Okay, the next part is doing the same exact thing. You can either do the box method, so something that looks like this, negative 4 radical 3, 3 plus radical 3, x. So negative 4 times 3, that's negative 12. That's negative 4 radical 3x. That is 3 radical 3. And that is radical 9x. Okay, so then I would take this and say, I have negative 12 minus 4 radical 3x minus, or plus 3 radical 3 plus square root of 9 is 3 radical x. Where does that show up? That is, I. Real quick, let's just make sure we know what all these answers are. For F, it's 5 minus 24 radical 2n minus 10n. H is negative 4 plus 6 radical 5 minus 2 radical 5n plus 15 radical n. And G is negative 5 minus 2 radical 3. Okay, so I want you to try out the next one. You can either do it like that or you can FOIL. Okay, so I'm going to FOIL just because I'm more comfortable with that. So 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 2 times radical 3 plus 2 radical 3. That's negative 4 radical 3. That is plus radical 9. So that is negative 8. 2 minus 4 is negative 2 radical 3. Plus the square root of 9 is 3. So I'm going to have negative 5 minus 2 radical 3. That looks like that will be G. Okay, go ahead and try out the next one. Looking at this, 2 times negative 2, that's negative 4. 2 times 3, that's plus 6 radical 5. Minus 2 radical 5n plus 3 radical 5 times 5 is 25n. So can I do anything to simplify this out? No, yes I can. Okay, so I have negative 4 plus 6 radical 5 minus 2 radical 5n. What's the square root of 25? It's 5, so that is plus 15 square root of n. So which answer is that? It is H. Okay, next one. Go ahead and try this one out. Okay, so we have 5 times 1, that's 5. 5 times 5, that's negative 25 radical 2n. 2n times 1, so that's plus radical 2n. And then negative 5 radical 4n squared. So I have 5, 25, negative 25 plus 1 is negative 24 radical 2n minus 5 times square root of 4 is 2, square root of n squared is n. So it looks like I'm going to have 5 minus 24 radical 2n minus 10n. So where do we see that answer? F. Didn't I write F? Nope. Okay, cool. Perfect. This one is done. I'm going to put the third video up next.